Well, that's not good. Heading straight for us.
Hurricane Fiona continues to gain strength as it moves its way away from the Turks and Caicos and away from the Bahamas, where it has put down hurricane conditions with more than 100-mile-an-hour gusts. You know, Puerto Rico got hit probably the hardest of anyone with 30 inches of rain and 100-mile-an-hour winds. The entire island of Puerto Rico did lose power. Fiona will continue its northward trek towards southeast Canada, where it may actually make impact with Newfoundland as a Category 2 hurricane. So this is a storm that won't quit from the Caribbean all the way to the North Atlantic. Fiona's wind forecast for southeast Canada, Newfoundland down to Halifax, St. John's. We're looking at winds gusting over 80 miles an hour with an AccuWeather local storm max of 120. These heavy downpours will cause flash flooding. We're going to see coastal flooding, dangerous seas for boaters, and power outages with all those winds as well. And we're also looking at the Fiona impacts when you put it all together with the flooding rainfall, destructive winds, the dangerous seas and power outages. We've got a zone here between these two big cities, St. John's and Halifax, where we are going to have an extreme risk to lives and property. AccuWeather real impact scale of 2. So we're going to be watching this very closely as it passes by Bermuda and then as it passes off toward southeast Canada.
You heard that correctly. We're getting a hurricane. Today is kind of, I want to say, the calm before the storm. There's zero wind, which is actually pretty unusual here. I think originally they were calling this a tropical storm. Now they're calling it a hurricane. It's that time of year. It's not unusual for here. It kind of just comes with living on the coast. But yeah, nonetheless, we still have to prepare. There's not a whole lot I need to do here. Maybe put my scooter away, and yeah, I definitely need to fill up my water tank because where I get my water from requires power. But once I have water, I'm good for like well over a month. Yeah, as long as I don't end up with any crazy wind damage or any damage from trees falling down or branches falling down. For the most part, I should be good here because I am off grid. I think the problem for everyone else is going to be that they're going to lose power. And they might lose power for days, they might lose it for weeks. It kind of depends on how this storm plays out. But one advantage I do have, as long as everything else goes smoothly, is being off grid. I've already got a generator, got gas, got a diesel heater, got a wood stove, propane stove for cooking. So with regards to, you know, any power outages, I don't have any worries with that. Now, I have been asked before about the floating roof. So I do have braces, as you can see, onto these trees. They're braced up under the roof under here. I've got a second one over there next to the water tower. So that definitely helps. I don't have any tie downs. I know a few people have mentioned that. It is something to look into though. And my tent shed isn't exactly pegged down. I kind of just have it sitting in here with some gravel on the edges, but I'm gonna have my door closed up so no wind can travel in there and, you know, gust it upwards. So hopefully it's gonna be fine. There's lots of cover, but I don't think I gave you guys an update on the wood situation. Oh, that's a very loud car. Anyway, this is my winter's wood. It doesn't look like a lot, I think because this tent shed is so big. But it's the same amount I get every other year. There's actually 2 rows in the back. This row here, and still some from last year, which I have under the pallet bar here. This is the wood I've been taking so far. I have had to have a couple of fires. Then, of course, we have 2 rows of wood underneath the catio here. So that's all last year's wood. Like I said, inside the tent shed here, that's all this year's wood. And yeah, I think we're good. I don't think I got to show you guys. I just actually got this the other day. It's a propane fire pit, I guess, fire bowl. I actually got that with my air miles. I've already used it. It's pretty awesome. So, you know, when we have burn bans in the summer, we've had quite a few this summer, I'll be able to actually use this and still enjoy a nice flame. Yeah, I went to a family camp a couple of days ago. I guess it would have been for the weekend with a couple friends. And it was very dry, so we were able to use that kind of as a fire pit. But it works. And lastly, I have a huge pile of offcuts right here for the fire pit. I don't think I'm going to have that all burned before winter, but I guess you never know. That's all just little offcuts from this year's wood. Just some real small pieces that, you know, don't go very far in the wood stove inside. So I had a little peek here already, but you can see how low the water is in that tote. It's pretty low, so just to be sure, since it's not raining today, I think I'm going to go ahead and fill it up before this tropical storm, hurricane, whatever you want to call it, hits us. Just want to make sure I have plenty of water before this hurricane does hit us, because you never know, honestly. By the way, it's not cold here. It is fall officially today, I think. Today's the first day of fall, yeah. It's not cold here. I'm wearing a toque because my hair is really awesome. It's like 18 degrees Celsius, so perfect weather for working outside. Whoa, is that a caterpillar? I know you guys can't really see the color. It looks white on camera, but it's like a yellowish green actually, with little black longer hairs coming off of it. Hopefully it's alive. Oh yeah, it's alive. Huh. Interesting. I don't know why the color's not showing up on here. If you know what kind of caterpillar that is, let me know in the comments below, because I have no idea. Oh, Jesus, I almost fell off the ladder. Yeah, we've had a lot of rain the last couple of days, so this thing is a mess. Ugh. If you saw the sediment in the bottom of that tote, that's why I don't always like to collect rainwater. It is a great way to be able to just get free water for showering and blah blah blah, but yeah, sometimes there's no way to keep that sediment out of getting inside the water tote. Like I can put cheesecloth, I can put any kind of filter type thing in front, but sometimes you're still going to get that sediment coming through and ending up in the water tote. And now it's a waiting game, my friends. The battery is sounding a little sluggish. I checked it earlier and it was pretty low. That's because that's my spare battery, and I took it camping a few days ago and ran it down kind of low, running 12-volt coolers and such on it. Hasn't really had the chance to replenish yet, but yeah, hopefully it'll last as long as it needs to for me to get this water transferred. Should probably put you inside the tent shed and close you up. Yeah. That's all I got for this one, guys. Getting the water tote all filled up. Put the scooter away, the chairs away, make sure nothing's gonna blow around. And fingers crossed. hope for the best with this one. I'll try to keep you guys updated the best I can. There is a delay, of course. I'm actually scheduled to work the days of the storm, so I don't know how much of it I'll be able to see. I won't be here, I guess. But I'll keep you guys updated. Hopefully I will see you guys in the next. Bye.